everyone, Coach Samira here. Just here to talk a little bit about my own experience coming into CrossFit and also just talking a little bit about how inclusive CrossFit is, particularly CrossFit Dawn. I got into CrossFit over maybe 6 years ago now, 5 years ago in London. I've seen CrossFit really change in that time and the people who've been coming to CrossFit since then. You've got men and women of all backgrounds, particularly at Dawn, which is so exciting to see. We're hoping just to encourage more of you to come, give it a try and really make it a part of your lifestyle, as it's become a huge part of my life and many people who come to Dawn here. And so just speaking a little bit about my experience and maybe people from the same communities I come from, there have been some barriers to entry with regards to CrossFit, and some of those include just feeling a little bit like CrossFit is not for them. And this can be ranging from ideas that include that weightlifting is not for women, that they're going to become bulky, and that it's quite a scary experience when you're here. And I just want to say, particularly here at CrossFit Dawn, people are so welcoming and people are here to champion your goals, whatever those are. If you are someone who's really interested in weight training or someone who's interested in cardio, like all of those things exist here. But the community here really champions everyone, men, women. And if you're a little bit scared of coming to the gym for that reason, often you do find actually the population of CrossFit sometimes actually is weighted more towards women. You'll find there's a lot more women in classes than men. Not that that matters, but if that's a fear of yours when going to global gyms, that you find the weights area tends to be dominated by men. Here, you've got such a supportive community of men and women who will encourage you, like I said, for your goals. That's not something to worry about, so come and give it a go. Secondly, some of those barriers to entry might be around clothing. Some people are worried about they might wear to the gym, particularly Muslim women, and this idea of modesty. Loads of women have signed up here at CrossFit Dawn, and that's your own choice what you want to wear. There is no expectation of what you would wear to the gym. What you're comfortable in, what you feel is modest enough for you is absolutely fine. Other things regarding like motivation, which every woman, every man suffers from coming to the gym. Again, having a community of people here who will push you and hold you accountable, that is such an important thing. So often going to the gym by yourself can be quite difficult, but when you've got a community here who again are there to check in on you, to check your goals, see your development, that is super exciting, and that could most definitely help motivation. A lot of people talked about time being a barrier as well. Coolest thing about CrossFit and my own experience, I was a head of department, I was a teacher, and I found it was really hard to fit my fitness into my life. So having an hour, and it's a coach class, so you're coming in, being told what to do, and using that whole hour for something for you, for your fitness, it's not a huge commitment in terms of time. Another barrier for a lot of people is this idea of generational health and trauma that some people suffer from. So this concept of not making health a huge part of our lives. So this is something that a lot of backgrounds, in terms of like ethnic backgrounds, if we look at some of the most curable diseases are around to do with health and fitness, and food, and that would be an excellent generational thing to break. So coming into CrossFit and finding that space and making time for your health, it's a huge investment for your life. It's for everyone really. Thanks for watching. Those were just a couple of things I wanted to cover with regards to barriers to coming into CrossFit. If you've got any questions, shoot them in the comments and hopefully see you in the gym.